Hello everybody. Welcome to Canna We Talk 3. Shasta Lake. Stop the hate, educate. And what we don't know or we do know is I'm Dr. Tammy K. Brazil. MD, CTN, DN, MPH, RSD, PhD. I think I got them all. Okay? Yes, and we all know Alzheimer's. It's a real bitch. I can say that. Okay? Alzheimer's sucks. Okay? Everybody thinks Alzheimer's bad. You can think Alzheimer's bad until you know somebody who has it or you have it yourself. Early warning signs of memory loss, difficulty performing familiar tasks, things you do all the time. Your problems with writing or speaking, confusion with time and space, poor or bad judgment. Problems with abstract thinking, misplacing things, that's bigger than losing your keys. Changes in mood and behavior. Early warning signs, trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. Withdrawing from social activities. Here's a picture here of how your neurons are severely affected by Alzheimer's, and that CBD may reverse the effect. On the normal side of the brain, and one with Alzheimer's. We have severe trauma when we have Alzheimer's. Here's a thing that they did, and it was from the Salk Institute, and where they were saying that THC actually helped Alzheimer's. Okay, and you can see it's a progressive disease. It gets very bad, it gets very ugly. They've got biological studies and aging mechanisms. And this is the cost of financial impact on families and the cost to the nation because of Alzheimer's. Okay, then we got another study, and this was published in August in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. And it said that THC was good for taking away the plaque. And here's why I tell you this. I have Alzheimer's. Okay, I fight it every day. Okay? On July 31st, I was diagnosed with an increased rate. It went really bad. And I can't even tell you how bad it went. And those are pictures of my brain, and you see it shrinking. Well, we did everything. I've had 6 bone marrow transplants, 6 stem cells. I'm in the hospital probably 6 to 12 weeks at a time, 3 times a year. Okay, with a line directly in my heart to supply me enough to keep me alive, to keep me coming here, to keep me teaching you so that I can work harder. I had increased rates. You can see everywhere I went. That's my piano. It doesn't matter where I went. I was put in hyperbaric chambers. We were trying everything to save my life. There's what happened. Okay, and it was right before Christmas. Okay, and I was aging at rapid speeds. I got lost on my way home. Driving became very complicated. Just driving my car home, I would become very confused and cry. I couldn't text. I couldn't email. I lost weight really, really, really quickly. My friends saw me just withering away. I was freezing cold. I barely knew who I was. And I looked like death walking. I used to play piano every day of my life. I played for church. I've been on big stages with major bands because of my talent, not because of my high heels. Okay, I've been playing for church since I was 6 years old. I cannot play the piano any longer. I cannot read. I don't know how. My kids are amazed. They're trying to reteach me. With my cannabis journey and everything else, I have lupus at the same time. I felt really stupid, and I was at the club one day. I own Queen of Dragons, and it started going downhill very badly. I was having strokes and seizures, all rapidly, all at one time. I got carted out of there, obviously, and being in a hospital. I'm not afraid of dying. I ain't afraid of that at all. But I was afraid of Alzheimer's. And so at that time, I seriously employed cannabis therapy, which I got from this man. Okay, and I started doing it because if I'm this dumb, okay, on the dash, why am I going to smoke something and get dumber? Okay, I was already lost. I was confused. I don't know who I am. Why smoke something? And so then I started a cannabis therapy that was juicing, taking low doses, and I juice my cannabis along with other fruits and vegetables, of course, and I do it every single day. I do not miss because I don't want to go through this stuff. Cannabis can help. So I smoke. This tells you what I do. I smoke. I have daily CBD capsules before work so that I have a brain to work with. I take THC and cannabis oil, which is the angel cheers before bed. I have an organic diet, drink pure water, no sodas, clean meat, things of that nature. Okay, usual legal stuff applies. I don't make any claims, no medical claims. Talk to your doctor, your lawyer, your therapist, your Indian chief. And I'm making no claims at all. I have nothing to back my theory, except that's what I look like on December the 16th, right before Christmas, which I didn't have a Christmas. Needless to say, I wouldn't let my family come and see me. And in July, I got to snap back to that, and obviously, it's working. I'm putting it all together. I put this whole thing together, okay, many nights. And now we'll get to why I tell you that, because this man's going to tell you how to do what I did. And this is Dr. Gregory Smith. And I employed his methods to get what you're looking at. Thank you. And here's Dr. Gregory Smith.
That's going to be a tough act to follow. I'm going to go through some slides here, and Dr. Tammy added a whole part that's not going to come across in the slides. I want to cover it up front. That's juicing. So when you juice raw plant material, there's no, not many active ingredients. There's THCA, which is not THC. It's before it's been metabolized to THC. But since when you juice, you're not heating it up or transforming it. So mostly juicing cannabis is the same as taking really good vegetables and other juices. You're just juicing and getting all the fatty acids, the antioxidants, and not having much of an effect on the actual endocannabinoid system. So juicing is a separate thing, and antioxidants that I'm not covering here. Okay, so ultra small doses, that's what we're talking about, tiny doses. I work with the ALZHEIMER'S, the Bird Alzheimer's Institute in Tampa, where we're doing several research projects where we use antioxidants with cannabis. We're not just doing only cannabis, but we're mixing with other natural chemicals from coffees, melatonin, things like that. We don't need much THC. We could use a lot of CBD sometime, a little bit, you'll hear as we go through the lecture, but tiny doses. That's fundamental to where we're going with a lot of our cannabis treatments, tiny doses. That's me. Harvard trained. My publisher reminds me to tell everybody that. You already paid for my tuition, so residency trained, board certified in preventive medicine. 30 years in primary care practice. And about 15 years ago, I took the course on how to recommend cannabis in San Diego. And I've been using it for my practice since that time. Next. I've heard people address how do you get your doctors to add cannabis as part of their toolbox. And to this day, I started writing this book 3 years ago, and it just came out a few months ago. It's the first scientifically founded textbook targeting medical students, nursing students, and doctors, so that it's really at that level of education. And to this day, it's the only textbook. No one has published a textbook for doctors or nurses. And even that editor, who's a very good publisher, is a very good friend of mine, he wouldn't publish it under the usual brand name and started a brand new title, publishing title, just because it has cannabis in the name of the book. So that's 2016 in Boston. That's where we're at in the medical community. Next. Like most of the doctors here, I'm involved with several research projects. This is a medicine that has THC that's being looked at for Alzheimer's treatment. We're looking, I'm involved with an NIH project using nutraceuticals and cannabinoids, pretty much like Dr. Tammy just mentioned, using reducing the antioxidants and then the cannabinoids, the two things together. And we're looking at not just Alzheimer's, but Huntington's, Parkinson's, ALS, several neurodegenerative diseases. They all work the same way. You'll see in a minute. Next slide. I'll go over this quickly. You can go through the whole slide. This is some of the stuff that Dr. Tammy just mentioned. 10% of Americans by age 65 will have symptomatic Alzheimer's, and 50% by age 85. Next slide. This is something you gotta learn. This is the learning slide for the whole lecture. Oxidative stress. That is what happens when we have a terrible diet, or we smoke cigarettes, we get exposed to the sun. Our cells are stressed, and it's oxidative stress. And what this does is damage proteins. So if you think of an egg, and the clear part of the egg, that's what nice healthy proteins look like. But when they go to have oxidative stress, it's just like when we cook the egg, it turns into that white, thick, pasty or whatever, chunky material. So instead of being nice, clear fluid, like the egg when we first looked at it, oxidative stress makes it look like an egg white that's all cooked. And those proteins aren't working, the cells aren't working effectively. So when this protein accumulates on the outside of the brain cells, it's called amyloid, and when it's inside the brain cells, it's called tau tangle proteins. And I'm trying to keep away from any medical terminology, but you will hear these even in the regular medical literature, amyloid plaques and tau proteins. And what our body does is when it sees these ugly proteins, it sends inflammatory cells and chemicals to eat up and dissolve, take away this ugly protein that's toxic to the cell. Next slide. So when that's happening at a cellular level, that's when we start getting symptoms. It takes about 20 years of damage cleaning up these old proteins around our brain. After about 20 years is when we start getting our first symptoms. So the opportunity for prevention happens around age 50 to 60 for sure, is when we want to start our preventive. We don't need to go through these. I think Dr. Tammy covered this one. And with the next slide. Next slide. But you do know about these, or don't know about these. There are normal age-related changes. Making a poor decision every once in a while. Missing a car payment here and there. Forgetting which word to use sometimes. Forgetting the day. Losing things every once in a while, like your keys. That's normal. And the older we get, the more we become, oh my gosh, I'm having the onset of Alzheimer's. No, this is normal aging changes. What Dr. Tammy just described was the other end, a very severe presentation of Alzheimer's dementia early on. So this is one extreme, and that's the other extreme. Next slide. We can go over these, we can pass these. Next slide. And next slide. Next slide. You guys, you've been learning a lot here, so I'm not going to cover materials that you've already learned. And next slide. This is the chart you're going to be quizzed on after my lecture here. Let it be known, and I think you've heard it now from several of us docs up here, there's a lot of research. There wasn't for 40 plus years. It's coming in droves now from all over the world, including several states in the United States. So we're learning more and more. We know a lot. We didn't, even 3 years ago when I started writing the book, we didn't know as much, and now we have dozens and dozens of more studies coming on an ongoing basis. So we're learning quickly. Next slide. So how does it work for Alzheimer's? It is a potent antioxidant. stops, reduces the oxidative stress. We have less of these horrible proteins. Think of it like rust. We have less rust in our brains. Then THC separately removes the excess proteins from the cells through the endocannabinoid system that you've been hearing about. So when the receptors are targeted, THC targets that receptor, and that actually removes the amyloid protein that is causing, that's the rust, it removes the rust. The CBD works entirely separately, and it stops the inflammatory process that I talked about that happens when we have rust. We have this inflammatory response, and we try and eat up the rust, and that causes a lot of damage too. So THC is stopping the rust, and CBD is stopping the reaction to the rust. And unrelated to the endocannabinoid